Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Decisions Lunch and Learn. I'm going to be your host for today, Gregory Goldson of the Decisions Training Team, and I'd like to go over some of the stuff you're seeing on your screen right here. First, at the bottom, we have our Submerse. You can still sign up for it. It's not too late. Go to decisions.com/training, sign up for Submerse, and get involved with the document routing project. You can learn how Decisions functions from a fundamental standpoint while also learning more advanced mechanics. So it's decisions.com/events. That's how you sign up for it. Starting now on the top right, going down, we have our Decisions Training YouTube channel. This is going to be a location where you can access to get information about different things in the product. Do you want to watch previous lunch and learns? We got them here. If you're looking for how to use the Kafka module in Decisions, we've got that covered as well. Excel and CSV handling steps, we have a whole video that walks through each and every one. We have working with Excel specifically with data type conversion. We have one that's going over how you can use SharePoint in Decisions. So highly recommend checking out all those and more at the Decisions Training YouTube channel, accessed by scanning that QR code there. Decisions in Process Maker have combined. This is going to allow us to be able to present to you more flexible solutions for your business needs. If you want more information about this joining, I would highly recommend scanning that QR code right there. It's going to take you to our website, which covers all the details of this, as well as link to the official public release. So, official press release. Highly recommend navigating there for more information on this fantastic new combination. And then below that, we have the Decisions Product Roadmap Review. This is going to be a series of meetings that you can sign up for at decisions.com/events. These meetings will go over new features that are coming to the product, as well as give you insights about what potential new features may be coming out as well, where you can be able to talk to them and see what's going on with those new features. So that is to say, if you want to know what's coming down the pipeline and potentially be involved in that, sign up right there, decisions.com/events, and get involved in those meetings. With that being said, it's time for me to swap over to my Decisions environment now, and I'll start addressing all y'all's questions. So give me a moment while I do that. I'm going to stop sharing here. I'm going to start sharing over here. All right, and now let me bring up the Q&A and our list of participants. This won't take too long. Our first question is from Wade asking, I'm creating a record page for a case entity. Is there no merge text option? All I see are the individual data control items. How do I add files from a form to a case folder? Great question, Wade. I can definitely talk about that second one. The first one, I think I'll need a little bit more context. So let me unmute you. All right, I'm assuming those are two separate questions.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay, yep. Yeah, those are two separate questions.
Okay, so for the first one, you're creating a record page for a case entity. So you have a case entity that's created somewhere. Let's make one right now, just so we can follow along.
Yeah, so I a case entity, then I went to the configuration page to create a page. So whenever someone's in a report and clicks on that case, they could be presented with a page with all the information they need to know about it. And then, but yeah, I was just having trouble trying to present that information of those case details.
Okay. So we have this configuration folder and you are creating, not a page visibility, where'd it go?
There should just be like a create page option.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Why am I missing it? No, that's not it. Where is it? No. I know exactly what you're talking about. Should be right here. And then that should be just the default dashboard for all these. Why am I not seeing it?
Yeah, mine was, go to mine.
Yeah, there should just be like a
There,
create page option, right?
yeah, yeah. And mine was just a great page, right?
Create page option, right?
Yeah, yeah. And mine was just a great page. I'm on get configuration. I don't know.
Where do you see it? Is it up here in the main ones?
Yeah. To the left of actions, there should have been a create page.
Wrong button. Hold on. Interesting.
I'm on the case editor page. Maybe
Yep,
that's
right here. Yeah,
yeah, I'm on that
it
one.
should be up
Yeah,
here. Yeah,
yeah.
these are folder actions, so these would be present regardless of
Oh, okay.
yeah. That's so interesting. I'll
It's
figure that out.
let's see.
But I guess my question is, you said no merge text option. So you're making a page. Where are you trying to use the merge text?
It's really just in one of the different like items you can add to the page. Like you can drag and drop those items. Under let's see, data control.
Yeah, because I can go to the page designer here, right? And
Yeah.
then because this is still going to take us to the same thing.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So I must have a different version than you do.
this is unreleased. This will be coming out
Oh, okay.
supposedly soon, but yeah,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
So yeah, for me under data and then data controls, there's label, rich text, and so that's how I'm the only way I'm seeing to get though like any. Well, I guess not that one because it's just a label. Um,
Right, and this one's looking for text, and you're trying to pass this in dynamically
I'm just
based
trying like
upon.
the different fields that are in there. Like for us, we have record type and record ID. So I was gonna make a merge field that was like invoice number, then the invoice number.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I haven't seen like there's like a merge field like you do in flows. There's like a merge field option in there, but I don't see that in here.
I know this it would work with a simple tile. I'm sure of that. Because what this creates tile data that you pass on different lines, and you have the option to format the text however you want from the information you have.
Okay, so you create a tile.
I create a
How do you,
simple tile, yes.
how do you get in? How do you get that case data into the tile?
However you were going to before the case, this is just a page on top of it, so it has to have some way to be able to access that, right?
Well,
Do you go to your Data Explorer? Do you have any information here when you click on Data Explorer?
within the page
Within
when
the
I'm editing the page.
tile flow, the simple
Oh,
tile flow.
I haven't made one of those yet.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. My thought is, you have a folder ID, right? Every single one of your case records is going to be its own folder, right?
Right.
So that means that your folder ID is going to be unique. And because it's a case entity, your folder ID should equal your entity ID. Therefore, you should be able to pass in that case's information by the unique identifier here within that folder that this page is put upon.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't know how exactly the page was pulling in the field data because you just whenever you put in a like a data control label, like it says data label,
Mm-hmm.
it has you just type in whatever the field name is, or actually has you select it from a pick list.
Oh, okay. Let me see what data label does. I haven't seen that one much, so. Data label, data name.
And then for me, since I created it on my case entity, it pulls all my fields like the deleted entity ID, folder name, and then my custom stuff like record ID, record type. It's just a pick list of all those different ones, and I pick it,
So
and
these
it
are all in your
displays it.
data name right here.
Right. Yeah.
But it doesn't let you actually merge these together is the thing. You
No,
can only
it's
pick
just that you
one.
can pick a single one, and that's it. I was like,
Ah,
well, it'd sure be nice to, you know, show a paragraph of like this is the record ID and this is this, like
and you
you
know
would in
what?
Flow.
That would be a lot simpler than going through here. You can do it this way. Just to answer your question, this would be the way you do it. Worst case scenario. All right. This is like worst case scenario. It's two steps. Grab it, pass in the folder ID as the fetch criteria for your particular case. So let me go to our car one real quick. Car info, fetch criteria, entity ID. equals, and then it's going to be the folder ID because case entity matches, right? So worst case scenario, you do this, you populate the tile data here with that one particular entry that you get, right?
Okay. And then here you can actually, okay, here you can do the merge text, which is what I
That's
was saying.
exactly
Okay.
right. You can format it however you want here. In
Okay.
fact, this tile itself actually has its own formatting, so you can set border width, color, background, and all that stuff for the actual display of it to the user.
Oh, okay. So with this tile flow, you actually have to pull the data in, and somehow the record page knows it's attached to the case entity and pulls all the
Well, it
fields in
knows it is
automatically.
because every case is its own folder, right? So the folder ID is unique.
Well, on the page when I'm editing the page.
Right, but what you're creating is a dashboard that shows each into. Wait a minute. Are you creating a dashboard on the record, or are you creating a page on and like a folder that holds all the records?
I'm creating I went to the configuration of the case entity,
Hmm.
and I went to create page.
Okay. And that means, so what that means is let me show you. Let me give you an update on what that means. So first we need to make an record just so I can show you this. Yeah, you'll notice a few things look a little bit different in unreleased 9.17 right here. So let's build some data on this. Let's give it a make. I don't know. Didn't they bring this one back? I'm gonna try this.
Yeah, they brought.
2023? I don't remember what year they brought it back. Oh, I put it in the wrong one. I don't even know what I'm gonna put for name, honestly. They'll just put the full thing for now, just for sake of example. Year, wrong one. And then I just need to tell it to put it somewhere. Do I have a subfolder? Default folder behavior configuration extension. That'll be fine. That'll be fine for now. Ignore, pass that in. All right, step, debug. All right, and now if we go into that and we see our case right here, what you're creating a dashboard for, it's not letting me open the case. There we go. What you're creating a dashboard for is right here. When you click on the case, this case view.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't like how it was, or I wanted to add different things or move things around. So I didn't think you could edit or where this even is to edit it. So
Okay,
I was gonna create my own.
yes, yes. So yeah, creating the page replaces every single one of these inside of the case view. So you have a particular page that is going to be displayed to the user instead that they will be able to see.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
So like for instance, all I was trying to do was say, Ford Bronco, and it just two words right next to each other instead of, or kind of like how it is in the top left, started, current state, or no, the word below that,
Oh, okay.
started,
Yeah, yeah,
current
yeah.
state, something like that. That was what I
Absolutely.
was attempting to do.
Then yes, you're editing it in the right place. Using the fetch entities will work inside the tile data. That will function for your purpose. I do want to see if there is a better option to do that, and I can get back to you. But I know this
Okay.
will work.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I was used to flows and then having like the merge field. I'm like, well, if the page is already pulling in, it knows what it is, it knows what record it is, and knows what the fields are. Surely it can merge the field, but I guess it's not an item you can create within there without doing it through the tile data, which needs to pull the record again. It's kind of
Mm. Also, another thing, Jeremy is mentioning in the chat that a flow run part will also work, and that is absolutely true. The advantage of a flow run part is that you actually create a flow that has a form that gets displayed to the user. So what that would mean is that because you're creating a form that acts as the display inside of your page, even if it's just a tiny form inside of here, you have more customizability than you would inside of a simple tile. So if you want to even like make it prettier or more dynamic, you could set that up with a run flow part, or sorry, a flow run part.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, either one will work. Either one will
Okay,
function and get you that info.
okay, great.
As for your second question, how do you add files from a form to a case folder? I'll show you. So there are two different ways that you can do it, actually. Um, the main way that you would do it is, hold on. Actually, I think there are three different ways. First, here's my first question. What kind of file is it? Is it document type or is it file reference type or some other third thing?
I just picked, let's see, I just picked whatever was in the form. Let's see. In the different items you can pick the picker on the left, there was just a file upload, and so I just picked that one. It looks like it's giving me it's the output. It says list of file reference.
It's file reference. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Then that's going to be very easy and also very performant. So create entity from file reference. Okay, it's a decisions one. So you go over here, all steps, integration. You're going to look under internal services and you're going to get this special step right here called call internal decision service. This is a very cool step and a very powerful step because what it does is it allows you to call the same services that run and keep your decisions running to use inside of your own environment. Now, because of that, you do have to be careful because, these services can affect everything. So that is to say, if you just kind of messing around in here is not recommended because you can kind of mess up your environment. But specifically, there is a file reference service right here, and there is something called create entity from file reference. This does two things. One, it takes the file reference that you have. That way you can pass it into something that will save that file reference. And then secondly, it adds it to that folder ID that you specified. So that is to say, if you had where do we go over here? If you had a create step for your case entity and then you pass out a folder ID, that folder ID goes right in here because that's your case ID, and then it will add that file reference directly inside of your folder to be fetched or displayed in any way you'd like.
And then once I go to that page, like that custom page that I'm building, and it shows the list of attachments, it'll then show in there.
That's correct. Yeah,
Okay.
you can set up your page to display that, yes.
Okay. And then because the form is outputting a list of file reference, I'd have to do a loop because this is
You
only a single.
don't. The second step that is similar
Oh,
to this adds a list of file references. The thing is, I don't remember off the top of my head what it's called. Give me just a moment. We have this whole, there's a great YouTube video we created on it. So let me see if I can find that real quick. And I'll even link it in here so you can watch it for yourself later. But
great.
where is it? It's file, file data and file reference and decisions. I think this is it. Hold on. Add file references for folder. Yeah, here we go. So this will take the exact same folder input as outputs here. The only difference is it's designed to pass in a list of file references. So you would probably want to do this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no need to loop.
I seen that one, but I didn't know if I was supposed to use it because it was under like the process category for processes,
That's
like process
understandable.
folders. But,
What you actually are using is still, you have process tracking, right? Case entities have process tracking, so they do fall under this category. But I could see there is definitely some hesitation in that because, yeah, like add file here, that's specifically for like flow execution extension, right? Which is not what we're doing. So Yeah, this would not work.
Okay.
Yeah,
So for
so
my
right here.
situation, that'd probably be the easiest is the right because I already have a list.
That's correct.
Okay.
This should function exactly how you're expecting it to. Add them all into the folder, and then the last step is just have your page configured with a control that displays that list of attachments that's in the folder.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep. And then as for that video, I'm going to drop in the chat because it's a great video about file data and file reference and decisions and like proper storage of them and how they function. So let me just add that to the chat real quick, and then we will continue on. I want to make sure everyone can see this. Here we go. All right, cool, cool.
Yep. Thanks for all the info. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, our next question comes from Jeff, and it says, looking for a way to annotate groups of steps in a flow to show what C# code methods they got ported from. Trying to use a simple rectangle shape drawn over groups of steps with a label, but can't figure out how to not hide the steps, and adding a label makes the shape disappear. Is this inside of the flow? Here, let me let you talk as well. Hold on, where do my participants keep disappearing? Hold on. There's my participants list. Hello. I will let you talk. It's not letting me let you talk. Are you guys not seeing my screen anymore? I'm gonna guess that's probably, hold on. What happened? All right, so here we go. Here we go. I see now. Hold on. I messed this up. Okay, now you should be able to talk.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is in the flow designer.
So you're trying to annotate groups of steps in a flow to show what C# code methods they got ported from. All right, so you're trying to,
Yeah, so we're moving some code over from a C# library into decisions flows. And I just wanted a way to like sort of like group steps together to show that, I just wanted to put in there like the module name and the method name that they got moved in from.
mm,
So I was just trying to draw like a rectangle around them and then drop a label in it. But it was actually kind of flaky.
okay, hold on. Let me try something here real quick. If you group these, what options do we get? Hmm. It would allow you to do it, but that's not the easiest way to work with this. You could templatize it, and every single template has its name as well as its subcategory. So you could group steps in that manner. As far as annotating them within your flow, so you're not trying to move these around. You're just trying to have something pointing to them, right?
Yeah. So I tried dragging like a rectangle simple, not so much not so much as like part of the flow, but just like to draw over the top of it.
Right. And then, so we went with something like this, and it goes over it. And then we try to set a background color and go to advanced. I'm going to set the opacity to 0. I'm going to hit OK. And actually, the border color is fine. I just don't want the border width a little thicker. And then I don't think there are any fonts, so that probably doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay, so this allows for the grouping, and then if I set that here, yeah, that's only for the other ones. And then you're trying to attach a label to this?
Yeah, so you can add a label to it. Like if you double click on that rectangle, you can type something in there, but it goes in the middle. I don't see that.
Right. And we're trying to like not have it like over top of everything. We're trying to make it easy to see, right?
Yeah, so I used like label small. And then I
Right.
drug
And then
over.
you connect it, right, to the so you can have it linked to that.
I didn't think
Trying to
about
figure out how to not hide the steps.
I didn't think about using the arrow to point to it. I was just dragging it on top of the rectangle.
Mm-hmm.
When I did that, it was making the rectangle disappear.
Oh, I see. I see. All right, hold on. Let's try something with that. Well, let's address that question as well, but let me also try and make this bigger. I want your height to be, let's double everything actually. All right, and then if you drag it over, it blocks the rectangle.
Yeah, so for me, it was just making the rectangle disappear, which was kind of weird.
Really interesting.
But I'm in 821, version 821.
Okay. That could be part of it actually. Because there was an update made to labels about 4 versions ago. I'm not 100% sure on the specifics of it, but I do know that they received an update in like 9.13 or 9.12, somewhere around there. Um, One thing I would check as well, did you set the background color and the opacity? Oh, it already is. Never mind. That's default. And then I set the Z order to 1, so it would be in front of the rectangle. I do wonder if it might be something with 821 specifically, but you can definitely attach it like you see here as well if it's not going over particularly well. And now no matter where you move it, it's always, pointing to that box here.
Yeah, and then having that arrow there between the label and the rectangle, that doesn't affect the functionality at all, right?
Not in the slightest. No, it
Okay.
just uses our same design for the flow connector. This doesn't actually do anything. But if you really want to like specify that this is not part of the flow, you can always go over here and pick a different color for it.
Okay. All right.
But
Well,
yeah,
I'll give that a try. Thanks.
of course. Yeah, glad to help. All right. And then Jeremy, we did address that part. So we do not have any additional attendees, nor any more questions. So I'm going to give it 2 minutes. And if we don't have anyone else new join or any more questions posted by then, we will just call it early. Okay. We Yeah, this is version 9.17 currently that we're on, and there are some new functionalities that have been added to it. As you saw, the form designer got an update just with its UI. Same thing goes with the page designer. So if I click on any sort of form over here, you're going to see all the elements have kind of gotten changed. And that's going to allow for a few things. One, you have more elements on display to be able to choose from. These these favorites have been updated to more align with what people are using nowadays. The second thing that you'll note from this sleeker design as well is that they're going to adjust with this scroll bar more efficiently. So that way you can still see all the controls and not have them all just like blocked off when you start changing the size over here. So yeah, I think with that being said, though, I'm going to wrap up today. So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. I'll be leading it off and hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.